watching WITV. It's another edition of News Review. I am Odunayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning, I have...
I'm Rochimi Orilua, son of the prophetess, the man. Where is Ambuwike?
I see you've been trying to change your style since Wednesday.
Yes.
Hey, it's fine. You're welcome to another edition.
I just want to live a simple life.
It's good to live a simple life. You are welcome to another edition today, and our sponsor still remains Nokpa Abels and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Thanks so much for always staying through. I want to appreciate our CA President of Prince Dr. Noah Adeyeke Oshi, popularly known as Ajala Kusangba, and some people do call him Transformer for boys and girls whose lives are in darkness. Thank you so much, really appreciate. And all our fans out there who are always tuning to Wisdom Yard Television, we really appreciate. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for always staying tuned. You are the real MVP. Like, you know how we did on this show, we'll bring to you news that made it to the top. We're going to show commercial break. When we come back, we'll discuss the one that's discussable. And we will not be the only one talking. You can also drop your own comments in the comment section while we interact together. On Point newspaper this morning, I have petrol hits 800 naira as 240 million litre vessels arrive. UK-based Nigerian doctor loses licenses over sex for free Botox injections. EFCC probes 1,146 frozen accounts for money laundering. 1.4 million UTME candidates scores below 200 JAM. On Vanguard newspaper, we have Fair Eye, travelers, commuters groan as full scarcity bites adder. Naira depreciates to 1,330 naira per dollar in parallel markets. Suspension of new account openings by Moneypoint, OPays, other sparks concerns. On Daily Post newspaper, I have drug abuse catalyst to insurgencies, kidnappings, NDLEA. It's not too late to discontinue Lagos-Calabar Highway project, Peter Obi. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll discuss on the ones we want to discuss about. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. The family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, the family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
In the heart of Nigeria's bustling markets, where the sights, sounds, and smells overwhelm the senses. But in the midst of chaos, there shines a beacon of hope. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, where convenience meets tranquility and shopping becomes a pleasure. Join countless others who have discovered the joy of shopping at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. At King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, we understand the importance of providing our customers with the highest quality products at affordable prices.
Here at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, customer satisfaction is our top priority. We're always here to help you find exactly what you need.
Whether you're stocking up for the week ahead or grabbing a last-minute item for tonight's dinner, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises has everything you need to keep your home running smoothly.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsors, Nokpa Abels and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Nokpa Abels deals with Nokpa Abba Mixture, Abba Co, Abba Tonic, Abba Bitter, Abba Energy Powder, and Abba Flushers. Whichever you need, you can just send a DM or call the number 0701010849. And King Victor Nigeria Enterprises deals with foodstuffs, whichever foodstuffs you need. You can just send a DM, and distance to them is not a barrier. And their shop is located at Awolowo Market in Maku, Shagam. That is in Ogun State. So without wasting much of our time, the first one here says EFCC probes 1,146 frozen accounts for money laundering.
Well, I give kudos to the
EFCC.
EFCC and the boss and the new elected boss for the
Olukoyede.
job well done.
Well done.
I pray for more power and that they may continue to fight this to the end of their tenure. Because when you look at what is going on in Nigeria these days, we don't have a good law that can really back anybody up in his or our offices. Because a time will come when you see, when the FCC will invite somebody that they wanted to, they invited him for a questioning. Before you get to know, there'll be some set of people who gather, they say, I begin to call the president, you know this is our child, the son of the soil, you can't go to that extent, you to just try as much as possible to overlook. I remember a conference that was held in Abuja, where this present king of Ife, the Oni of Ife, was invited for a speech. When Oni of Ife got there, when he wanted to deliver a speech, he said he had when the EFCC boss was saying that he's ready to go after everybody. He said, you are ready to go after them. Have you forgotten that this set of people were those that put you in power? That he will be in Ife, praying and fasting for you, that God will grant you the power to succeed.
He actually spoke to them in parables.
Yes, it is not easy to go after somebody who kept you in power. But I want to give kudos to what the present EFCC boss is doing.
Honestly, Ola Olukoyede is actually trying. I tried to check the profile of this man, then I realized that he's a pastor. So, he wouldn't want a situation whereby his image will be dented. Even though he would be a man of God and all that. But my own advice is just that whatever, in discharging your duty, you discharge it with this your CPU. You make sure it works a lot, because Nigeria is a place whereby once you see that you are after the truth,
yes,
the next thing is
before you get to know it, just find one way or the other to probe to rope you in.
Even what you did not do,
they will tell you.
See that they start bringing it out. In continuation of its crackdown on forex racketeers, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has penciled for investigation 1,146 bank accounts belonging to individuals and companies over alleged money laundering, unauthorized dealing in foreign exchange, and illegal naira manipulation. The commission secured an interim order granted by Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court Abuja freezing the account. Justice Nwite delivered the ruling on April 24, but our correspondent obtained a certified true copy of the interim order on Monday, which was yesterday. He delivered the ruling on an ex parte motion moved by counsel for the Anti-Graft Agency, aka ENACHO, and granted the Commission's application to conclude the investigation within 90 days. The FCC had told the court that the accounts were linked to persons taking advantage of cryptocurrency to illegally manipulate the naira value, illegal forex accounts. My question is just that you asked the question yesterday. If at all the probing is being done, and if at all you were able to recover some money,
where does the money go?
What would you use the money for? Where will you put the money?
It's a big question that demanded an answer.
The money be? Because if we check since when EFCC has been probing people, we hear of you just carry somebody and you put order on all the assets that this person has. You take all the money in this person's account. Where are you putting the money? Where are you spending the money to? Because if you spend the money wisely, that is when I will actually say certified that the EFCC
is really working. Yeah,
you are working, but you are working on the 30%. What are you doing with the 70%? Which is the money recovered from all those people that you are getting. Now, I said yesterday, I said Kogi State is richer by $760,000.
Which the money has not been given to them back.
We know, like when I said it earlier, I said Nigeria was richer, but I said the money was for Kogi State. Let's now assume that they now send it back to
Kogi State.
Will you use the money just?
Is the money not going to be embezzled by the sitting governor again?
My question, like that. This one says 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200 JAMB.
Well, maybe there wasn't enough preparation for the students that went for the examination, or something went wrong. Because according to the news, that the way they were expected, the performances of those that sat for the examination was not quite, the outcome was not fine.
I wasn't there. Let's leave aside the fact that the outcome of the student that came for the JAMB was not. I think JAMB also has a lot of work to do. I have somebody who actually wrote this JAMB, and when the person came back, the person was crying. Why?
How's it going? Because they failed.
No, results is, they are just releasing the results. The day the person came back from the examination hall, the person was crying. Why are you crying? The person said, while she was writing the exam, their server went off. As at the time when the server was going to come back, their time was almost
off.
So we have
and they were not given extra time.
By the time that was scheduled.
These are some of those things that we need to.
So these are some of the things that can actually affect these people doing the exam. I can remember while I was in school, I sat down for a CBT exam, and all of a sudden during the exam, everything just went off. As I when the system was going to come, I was just like 10 minutes late, and I had like 40 questions to answer. So I had nothing else to do than just saying this one, pick this one without even reading. So things like this can actually cause mass failure. So you have a lot of work. If you are not capable of using...
Maybe their thought was that most of those graduates that are even graduating from the university were out there, they could not find a job to do. Maybe that was the reason why the server was going off and on. So this set of people won't have the opportunity to...
My own question is, even it is where if you are not capable of doing something, don't even try to say you want to start it at all. You see that if we say we should start using server in Nigeria, even the network that we are using, we know how the network is doing. Not the talk of saying you want to use it. This is an examination, a promotional exam for that matter. So if you feel you are not capable of using, we still have the right to work with
pen and yes, exactly.
So it is not too much if JAMB is being done with
pen and paper that same way.
If you are not capable of going on 100%, just come back to the
if not because that the country is a mess, the person in question, who is the boss? The boss would have been held responsible.
Now you came out to tell us
this cannot happen in an advanced country. It won't happen without tendering an apology.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board on Monday released the results of the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME), showing that 1,402,490 candidates out of 1,842,464 failed to score 200 out of 400 marks. The number of candidates who failed to score half of the possible marks represent 78% of candidates whose results were released by JAMB. Giving a breakdown of the results of the 1,842,464 candidates released, the board registrar Professor Ishaq Oloyede noted that 8,401 candidates scored 300 and above out of million. 77,070 scored 250 and above, while 439,974 scored 200 and above, while 1,402,490 scored below 200. Isn't that a mass failure?
It's a mass failure.
1.8 registered, 1.4
failed.
You really need to be questioned. I remember when I was in school.
It's only the rest of the 400 that passed the...
I love the fact that there are some things that they do bring to the book. I remember when I was in school, there was this particular course everybody did, and not a person passed the course. Not one person. The lecturer was called to panel. To panel,
yes, yeah, we had to be called to panel. Why is it that those people that in lecture?
Okay, let's assume.
I think there was
2 or 3% that passed.
They would say,
not a single person called. They had to call all of us back. We need to receipt for that examination again. Because myself, when I was checking this result, I was like, am I that daft? Is this everyone? Nobody knows. Okay, let's assume.
After searching for it for the second
50% of yours passed. Then
automatically you will know that the lecturer himself in question has a question to answer.
When even the most brilliant students in our setting, I called her Alpha. You said,
why are we so wicked to that extent in Nigeria? Maybe the lecturer was aiming off.
You were marking. You were saying F, and you're comfortable. So same thing goes to this Professor Ishaq Oloyede. You really need to be questioned. What happened? 1.4 million students failed. Mass failure. If you are not capable of, and I know it is what actually happened to that person that I said cried immediately she came back from the examination. was virtually what would happen to most of
to
the
most of
students
the students that sat for the examination.
Not all students that go for examination are actually okay. Now there was this book that they brought out for them to read. There's always a book like you read for, I think it was for English language in JAM, because you know math, English, and two other courses are important. Yes. So there's this particular book. A lady bought the book on TikTok, and lady said, we were given this book to read, and I can't believe just 2 questions came out of this book. After
that book. 2 questions.
2 questions! Well, and that was the title of the book.
Well, you read the whole
and that was the title of the book.
From the beginning to the end of the book. Do you know what this set of people might have crammed from the book?
When I saw it, I was like,
Nigeria,
what is
my
this?
country.
How did we get here?
Nigeria, my country.
Everything is so bad. Everything is not working in Nigeria. Our educational sector is bad.
It's bad.
Medical sector is bad. Infrastructure sector is bad. Even the government
the healthcare sector is also
bad. How did we get here? When are we going to get out of this mess?
You know, when you are fixing, when you are putting a round peg inside a square,
it cannot fit.
It doesn't work. It can't fit. So they said the set of people that were being appointed to be the boss of those parastatals need to be questioned for the failure of these students.
So we should just close our mind that over 1 million students are not going to gain admission
into this year
as well. The last one, not the least, this one says fare hike. That is transportation fare. Travelers, commuters groan as full scarcity bites agile.
I can't blame those transporters because it is what you buy that you are going to sell. You know, even some of the filling stations that are selling for the accurate price. Do you know how many hours that will take somebody to queue into that filling station before getting what he wanted to buy, the petrol motor spirit? That's the PMX. Yesterday we went out for an interview. An Okada man that we interviewed that spoke to us said he was there as early as 7 a.m. in the morning only for him to get 2 liters of fuel. That was around 4 o'clock.
That one even came out very late.
That was around 4 o'clock. Only for the filling station to tell them they are going to give him 2 liters. I
heard of a particular man. The man came out as early as 4 a.m. to actually be at the entrance of the filling station. And still the man did not get full.
This country is a big mess. After the first subsidy removal is gone, you still have to punish us in the area of fuel scarcity in the surface of the country.
This is a situation whereby every company owner
and this set of people who are in government today, this APC, so this so-called APC, then during Jonathan regime, they were the one that were obstructing Jonathan's regime then, privately sponsoring protest against the government of PDP then. Now look at you. Is it not a big shame on the era of your government that you said you want to bring a renewed hope to the old Nigerians? What are you bringing to the old Nigerians now? A renewed poverty.
Nigeria is just a place whereby we keep on getting out of one problem
and going to another problem.
I can remember early 2023 it was Naira scarcity. And I thought Naira scarcity was not until December time. We still went back to that Naira scarcity again. But now, the first quarter of 2024, 2024, we are battling with full scarcity. As of yesterday, 2 days ago, I was where a fuel was being sold for 1 liter for 800 naira.
Exactly.
And somebody told me later that the person said he needed fuel, and I told him, okay, go to this place, so it is sold for 800 naira. The person, okay, when you go there, it was sold for 1,200
per liter. That was you know, all this independent market.
Just within how many minutes?
Don't let us blame them because it depends on how they got those fuel.
I am not saying it did not depend on how they got the fuel. You sold it for me around 10 a.m. As at 10 a.m.
The same filling station. Maybe the owner or the boss of the filling station.
And the person went back to get, because I told you he felt it was even cheaper at that place. And when he got there, it was 1,000.
Maybe the owner of the filling station went to purchase another product. On getting there was an inflation on the product than what he just bought.
I think this is a time whereby a company owner would actually have to.
That's why you know that Nigeria is not working. Anybody can just fix price of the way you want it in the country.
Travelers and commuters nationwide were stranded at bus stops and motor parks yesterday as the petrol scarcity in the country bites harder. This came as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC Limited, and oil marketers said they were intensifying efforts to tackle the scarcity. Many filling stations without the product remained closed in Lagos and Abuja yesterday, while those that have the product continue to sell to motorists and other users. Vanguard gathered that many motorists and other users were compelled by circumstances to patronize black market operators who openly sold the product along Ikorodu Road, Isolo, and other locations in cans at between 900 naira and 1,000 naira per litre. Similar high fare were charged in different Abuja routes yesterday, and this led to a sharp increase in both inter and intrastate journeys. So, places that we go for 2,000 naira now, we increase to 3,000 naira.
Exactly the point, because it is what they buy, they are going to sell.
I pray Nigeria will work one day, and I still believe that Nigeria will actually get to that
Well, that's what we kept on hoping right before our forefathers.
My prayer is that our hope will not be dashed.
We are into it now,
Yes.
which we are even hoping
Everywhere
till
in
death do us
Nigeria is
apart.
choking. It's supposed to rain. Rain is not even falling at its due time. And each time rain wants to fall, it's either it comes heavily and
destroy a lot of property.
And the rate at which it is actually coming out is even, I don't even know, with full force. I just pray Nigeria works for every one of us. That's just my prayer and my submission. Alright, I've come to the end of news review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms like I Clamor, on our Facebook, on our YouTube, on our Instagram, our X account, on our TikTok, on our Instagram, at Wisdom Yard now online TV. Thank you so much for joining me in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
I remember my humble self, Odunwayo Adelire, and our sponsor on Okpa Herbals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Say a big thank you to you. So come again on your screen, be happy and be good. Bye.